Howdy gamers, welcome back to another exciting episode of our Let's Play series. I'm just heading back to the home base in the rain here, looking for some stuff to make a couple of campfires, and you'll see why in just a moment. I have been busy, and you know what? You may notice from the sound of my voice, but I've also been sick. I lost my voice for a few days. I was coughing up a storm, headaches, it was a disaster. Not great for recording, so I went ahead and I did a bunch of building off camera to finish up our skeleton spawner that we started in the previous episode. I've got the interior almost done, and we just need a couple of things to put the finishing touches on it now. Okay, I slept the storm away and I made 3 campfires, so we should be good to go. We're going to put the final touches on the interior of our skelly spawner, and then we're going to build the exterior of our skelly spawner today. I have an archway here along the path, and this is the foundation of the house that we're going to build today, and that is going to house the elevator down to our skeleton spawner. We'll take a quick drop down here, and I'll show you what we've been doing. Up here, we kind of have a little hut for ourselves. This is where we can sleep if we wish. We have our stone cutter and our crafting bench here. But this is the main attraction. This is where the skeletons will fall. Hey, that was good timing. We unalive the skeletons, and their drops go back down through here into these chests. As you can see, we've been making quite a lot of progress with the mob drops. There's a quick access right here. And I've been making good use of the XP that this farm gives out as well. So why the campfires? Well, I think it would be kind of a really nice aesthetic down here if we had some smoke going up. Especially if that was kind of hiding behind a ventilation. Like, not like that. Like this, right? Let's see how it looks. Yeah, that's cool. And maybe another one down in here. Like that. How does that look? Good. Alright, so there you have it. That's that. That is the skeleton spawner. Now we work on the above. Perfected my water elevator here, and it's going to take us all the way up to the top where we will build today's build. Alright, this is our canvas, the blocks are our paint. Let's get to work. First step is going to be gathering some materials. We have a lot of dark oak, obviously, but I'd like to get some oak and some birch planks and logs to do this as well, and I just don't think we have very many of those in stock, so we need to go out and gather some materials. Now there's a birch forest this way, so we'll get set up on birch, and then we'll go out on a hunt for some oak. But first, time to sleep. That's an interesting formation. Huh. I spy more oak. Perfect. What's the meaning of this? Well, we got a boat buddy now. You think this chicken's just gonna stay in the boat forever? Unless I break the boat, right? He could be kind of like our mascot. We treat chickens very well. where we come from. Ooh, I saw a bee. Let's get ourselves a beehive. Should I look up how I'm supposed to do this? I don't remember. Do I need silk touch? And oh, nope. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. Sorry, bees. I don't know how to do it. Okay. Let's get out of here, chicken. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, I did 8 seconds of research, and you do need silk touch. But the enchanting gods have not smiled upon me, and I do not have silk touch. So it'll have to wait for another day. In the meantime, we have enough birch and we have enough oak to get going on our project. But when I was doing research for this build, I was really inspired by hobbit homes in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, of course. However, I didn't want the buildings to be short and built into the ground. I wanted them to be tall. So I thought, what would a hobbit building look like if it was normal house height? And that's what we're going to find out today. Okay, so I've gathered a bunch of materials and 3 apples. You never know when you're going to need a snack. And we should be able to get going on this build pretty soon. But you know what? I think I want spruce as well. And to be honest, I'm not sure I've ever seen a spruce tree yet in this world. So we're going to have to do a little bit more exploration. I found a taiga biome, so I found some spruce. However, I forgot my bed, and it's quite dark out. And I keep falling in this snow. Nope. You know, this is why we don't go out at night without a bed. Alright, I got a bunch of spruce and a bunch of spruce saplings. And I think we can start making our way back home, wherever that may be. I believe home is that way. Hey. I lost the boat with the chicken in it. Which is not that unexpected, really. All right, I recognize this place. We are close to home, and would you look at that? I found a boat with with definitely the exact same chicken in it. All right, that should be all of the materials that we need to get started on this house. Okay, folks, this is a good place to stop and take a look at what we've done so far. We've got a nice little awning. It's kind of reminiscent of a hobbit house. I like it. And this wraps all the way around to the side of the house and the back as well. Up front here, I wanted a nice kind of a homey front porch, and we'll do some more work here. But right now I have a crafting bench, a little seating, and a workbench here. Inside, I did a little bit of work here, just adding a second floor, a kind of a lofted area and supports. We got a staircase, a little workbench here, and of course our way down into the skelly spawner and back up. Upstairs, we just have a bed, but I added a window here and some windows downstairs too. Now these are not totally immune from being shot by skeletons. I gotta sort that out. I really like the open window look, and I don't want to ruin that. But you can get shot through this and this. So, yeah, something to think about. Now, back to building. Okay, gamers, how much is too much? You know, that's a question that you gotta ask yourself. I've been doing some landscaping outside of the house for a while, and I think that this is enough. Where are my legs, by the way? My feet are there. Where? No legs at all. Interesting. So let's go take a look. When we approach by the river, which is my current preferred way of travel, we can kind of see the roof of our little hobbit-inspired house here that has our skeleton farm underneath. So let's go take a look. All right, you stay in the boat, and I'll be right back. There it is. Head up the path here. We got a bridge, and we planted some pumpkins and things. Little garden out front, and some more garden over here to the side of the house. And there it is. I am pretty happy with this. I like how it turned out. I did a lot of landscaping, more than I anticipated this time. Extended the river out, of course, the bridge. Removed some trees, planted some new trees, and hit a lot of fun little quirks around the outside to make it look a bit more lived in. Let's head inside. Inside, we have our little bedroom here. This is our living space, or the caretaker's living space. I don't know. It's a place to hang our hat, you know? Or our golden helmet. Upstairs, we have some more storage. Eventually, I'm going to move all of the stuff from the skeleton farm down below up into here for some easy access when we need the stuff. But for now, the cupboards are bare. The roof line continues on the sides and on the back as well. Of course, we kind of maintained some of the whimsy of the dark forest biome. With the mushroom here, we got our waterfall, a mix of trees, oak and dark oak. And of course, we have one of those flowers hidden up here in the tree to give us those particle effects for a little bit of ambiance. Okay, you know how I asked how much is too much? It wasn't enough. I made some changes. I added a chimney. It's got some smoke coming out, which is kind of cool. But what good is a chimney if you don't have a fireplace? So I added a fireplace. Got our portrait up here and some potted plants. And of course our campfire here. We can cook things over the open fire if we so desire. We've got a carpet in here now, and I got a pillager banner. Nothing has changed in here. Okay, folks, that'll do it for this episode. I hope you like the build. It has been the product of quite a few days, just recording in little increments as I've felt inspired to build, and I think it turned out pretty great. I hope you like it too. Hopefully it inspires you to build something of your very own. Maybe it's a hobbit house, maybe it's a skeleton spawner, I don't know, but I hope you're able to build something that you like. All right, that's it for this one. Tune in next time where we'll do something a little bit different. Bye-bye.